Now, Central Valley Today.
All right, welcome back. We're here again with Fresno State Physics Outreach. We have Professor Don Williams, and he brought along Maurice Dolay. All right, I set it up again. I've been practicing. This is our inertia experiment. I'm going to try it one more time.
She's so
I've
close.
been trying it during the commercial
it's
break.
so close. Oh, it was closer than that, guys.
It was closer
It came
than
right
that.
and hit the edge. It was real close.
All right, so Maurice, you are now hanging out with Fresno State Physics Outreach. You're sort of their communications guy. You were taking some pictures beforehand. So how are you involved? How did you get hooked up with Physics Outreach?
My role at the communication as a communication specialist for the College of Social and College of Science
and Mathematics.
Mathematics at Fresno.
Oh, okay.
So physics outreach is a component of that.
Yeah.
So I
But
hang
a big
out with
component.
a very big component. Don is very active out in the community. He's going to schools and meeting with everybody out there. So my role is to highlight the things they're doing over there, to talk about all the science and the math that we're doing in the College of Science and Mathematics, highlight the programs, bring the fun into the sciences and the math that we're doing there.
I love you. So how do you think Fresno State Physics Outreach is benefiting the sciences and mathematics and getting people interested in those things? Because sometimes it can be a very stuffy subject, you know?
Well, I mean, one thing that I can tell you is when Dawn goes out there and meets with all these young kids, they get interested in the sciences. They start to understand that these are not very mysterious things to do.
Yes.
They can actually go into a science class and be able to handle it.
Yeah.
And the experiments are so fun, and Dawn goes out sometimes, makes ice cream for them, and kids
we've
love
made ice
that.
cream
So,
before.
so we have all kinds of events that we're doing over there. And it's not just physics outreach. We have HCORE programs within the college that are actually beneficial to students and outreach. We have a biology class which is reaching out to elementary schools, about 75 Fresno State students from the College of Science and Mathematics, meeting up with about 500 elementary schools out there. So it's a big college with a lot of activities, moving parts going on in there. And I'm happy to represent all of them.
Yeah, and it makes it, you know, the experience makes it, the experiments make it more approachable. It helps, you know, people kind of approach science. You've got some more experiments for us. What are you showing us?
Yeah. Let me step down here real quick.
Okay.
Quick, Maurice. Okay, so I'm gonna, matter of fact, get the light up to get this thing. So we're gonna light the candle, right?
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna light the candle.
Uh-oh.
And it's gonna burn. We don't have too much wind in here, right? I got a clear tube. You agree?
Yes, I agree.
If I put that over the top of that, is that still gonna burn?
Yes, because we've got oxygen up here.
Why
oh my goodness!
Why did it die out?
I don't know.
Why did it die out? Let's try it again.
Okay.
Okay, let's light it again. You were right on the right track. A flame needs both fuel and oxygen to burn.
Yes.
Okay, both things.
And we're taking away the oxygen?
Well, then it exhausts. Get a piece of metal over here. Where I got it right here. All right, now I'm going to add one thing to this. Watch what I'm going to do. If I get that candle out of there. I'm going to add a piece of metal to the middle, and all of a sudden it's going to work.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to put this in the middle, Emily. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay, now watch what happens. God, I stuck it under there. We're going to get it under there.
Okay.
We're gonna make it. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're not.
Our experiments are, I mean, that's science, right?
That's science. Well, you don't want to have a really bad candle.
And we're losing. This is a very used candle here.
It is, exactly. Exactly.
So you've done
the
this
idea,
experiment
yeah, because if I split our intake of air and oxygen, there it goes.
Oh.
So now the intake of oxygen and the
going
outtake.
back out.
Exactly. But of course, if I pull this out, is that going to die again?
Yes.
It is.
And it's dying.
All right, now let's bring this over here, Emily.
Okay.
Now this is something you're going to try for me, all right? Now I'm going to take the smallest piece of cotton you've ever seen, man.
Okay.
And just a little bit.
Little baby cotton.
That's good. Just see how small that is?
So small.
And I'm going to put that right on the end of that.
Okay.
Okay? Then I'm going to put another clear cylinder over the top of that.
Okay.
Like that. And that piece of cotton's in there, right?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to insert this plunger in the top like that and barely get it started.
Okay.
Now, is there still air in there?
Yes.
Yep, you agree. Now, what I'm going to have you do is take both your hands on the count of 3 and go 1, 2, 3.
And push it
straight down, right into the cylinder, and we're going to ignite that cotton right
No,
in there.
we're not.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay, ready? Are you going to count me down?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you got to push hard.
Oh, okay.
You got to push really hard.
I have to push really hard?
Yeah, really hard.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
You got it! You got it! You got it!
I started a fire.
I knew you were strong enough, man.
Here in the studio.
Because what did you do is you compressed all the gases. It's a simple thing called ideal gas law. When the pressure goes up, so does the temperature.
Oh,
this is kind of how a
interesting.
diesel engine works. So then we can go off and talk about how a diesel engine works.
Oh,
Exactly.
I haven't seen these ones yet. I've seen a lot of the experiments you do. Okay, we'll have all the information. If you want Fresno State Physics Outreach to come to your classroom, to come to some event that you have, we'll have it all online. You can get in touch with Don. We'll put it online. Thank you guys so much, Maurice.
You're welcome.
It was
Thank you very
great
much
to
for
meet
having
you.
us.
Coming up here, we speak